for everybody listening right now. If you have something, and obviously you've heard me say before, do it now, do it now, do it
Just
now.
freaking do it. You know,
Just
I'm not
freaking do it.
ready. I wasn't my readiest. And I was like, screw this. I'm so sick of hearing myself being like, oh, well, you know, I should do this first. I should do that. That is an excuse, and it's lame. Just baptism by fire, baby. Just throw yourself in it. And if you're a champion, you'll figure it out. You will figure it freaking out. And I'm sick of just sitting around waiting for my singing career to happen, because even though I believe and know that I'm talented, even though I know I have the drive, it's so difficult kind of creating and configuring that roadmap for myself. There isn't any like written step book, which I wish there were, but that's kind of why it's so difficult and sought out to be a professional actor or singer. You got to figure it out. Your path is your own. And it's kind of like you're walking through the jungle with a machete, kind of being like, well, maybe this way. Sometimes you come in front of like a waterfall or a cliff. And, you know, at this moment, I just was staring opportunity in the face. And I don't know about you, but I can't go to bed if I'm like, shit, I really need to be there. I feel I need to be there. So I just did it. I said, screw it, I'm going. So I did it, I got it. And now my life is going to change. And, so with that, back to after that tangent, Instagram is a really handy vehicle for me to show kind of a visual resume of what I'm doing. But the truth of the matter is I haven't been doing as much as I want to do, which is exactly why I don't look like a singer on my Instagram. And so I'm very, very pleased to say that from this point forward, and I've also been in the studio, and my EP is coming out this July. And I'll be gigging around the Los Angeles area come August. So lots of irons in the fire. And so that visual platform for me is going to take a huge turn for the better. But really Instagram is just a conduit for me to say stupid stuff when there's nobody around me and have an audience who listens, and also, you know, have a little bit of engagement that is closer to home. I see so many girls posting these sexy pictures all the time, and there's just no substance to it. And even though I'm not one to not post a sexy picture, you know, I do that on occasion.
Well, on occasion, I mean,
yeah,
on occasion,
why
yeah,
not?
a lot of occasions, yeah.
I really try to create an accurate depiction of all the sides, all the things that make me me, whether I'm, you know, being bubbly, or I'm volunteering, or I'm singing, or I'm doing something with film or fitness modeling at the gym. Those are all pieces of me. There is not one Savannah that could exist without the others. And so having a dynamic profile that really is an accurate representation of me, rather than just this veneered facade of a girl who wants to be Insta famous, is not something that, you know, that's not something that I've wanted. And so I definitely try and curate my page to reflect that.
Good for you. People say, well, I mean, but people do say she's beautiful and it's easy for her. You know, you don't know my situation. And again, this goes on any level. I mean, there are people everywhere that will say stuff like that. And, you know, how do you respond when people say stuff like that?
Well, y'all haven't seen me 30 pounds heavier, which can happen like this. I got real chubby in college, man. I got real chubby off those dollar slices of pizza in New York. But it takes work, man, to be your best and to be beautiful from the inside out. That takes work. And also those people who are saying it don't love themselves because they're not doing that work. So I mean, I'm not going to lie. Is life better when I'm happier with my body? Yes, it is. And why also is that? Because I'm eating clean. I'm going to the gym every day. I just finished a workout at 6 a.m. And would it have been easier for me to stay in bed? Absolutely. But the payoff is long-term, and I'm in it for the long run. And that's the sacrifices that you need to make. And it's not easy. It's not easy being consistent.
And so let's talk about that, because, you know, so how do you wrap your brain around getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning? I mean, because there's a lot of people that make a lot of excuses. So how do you overcome that feeling of not doing it and to just do it?
Nike promotional insert right there. I I'm human, and the last I tend to go on this very interesting pattern I've noticed about myself, just kind of as an observer of, and I think that's a really great tool for everyone to see what in your life do you do over and over that's kind of a pattern, the way that you work. And I'm kind of like in the story of the tortoise and the hare. I am the hare. I am the one who's going to sprint and wave at you back while I'm running backwards, like, haha, and then be like, oh, there's the finish line. Let me just go grab a Starbucks or something. And everybody's going to be behind. I get back out. Everyone's already fast. Everybody's already past the finish line, and I'm in last place. That is so my life, because I push. And then right before I get that victory, I coast. And then it's just up to climb that mountain again. And so with that being said, waking up at 6 a.m. and it's not always easy. The last 6 months, I kind of had a dip in my belief in myself. I didn't know where I was going or how I was going to manage to become a singer in a show. And I just believed in it, and I make it a habit. You have to switch out all your bad habits for good. That's also a great book for you guys to read if you haven't. It's called The Power of Habit. Really love that one. And it says you can't just erase a habit. You have good habits and bad. And for me, I love naps. Nap time is a great time for me, but I don't get any work done. So I've replaced my napping habit with going for a walk or a jog at the end of the day, instead of just powering down, just pushing through and just exercising that self-discipline muscle.
And I know that, I mean, you're big on, I mean, obviously fitness is this is big for you. And as far as working out but eating clean, I mean, what does that mean to you, and how important is that?
Well, they do say in the fitness world, it's 80-20, 80% what you eat and 20% workout. So if abs are not made in the kitchen, so if you're trying to get a six-pack, you can't do that really at the gym. You gotta eat clean. So for me, I stay away from carbs. I try not to eat a lot of red meat. I eat a ton of raw vegetables, no sugar, some dairy, no cheese. I mean, it's really not that exciting. I feel like I'm boring. I'm boring myself right now. But,
No. Look. The reason why I'm interested in this, Savannah, is because people don't understand that, number one, looking like you look is not easy. Number one, okay? If you're out eating hamburgers every day, you're not going to look like that. I mean, and people want to look nicer. And I'm not saying for a vanity type of thing. I'm just talking just pure and simple being healthy. Like,
yeah, I feel so much better. Like, truly, honest to God, I feel so much better when I take care of myself and I drink water and I do all the things. It's a chemical thing. Your brain is chemistry, and that food interacts with you and just messes up your microbiome so that you're not able to perform at your highest functioning self. So, having all the houses in your life, whether it's love, finance, family, and health, you can't have one without being one out of order and still be a balanced person. So that's kind of how I take it.
And so that's why I get excited about this subject, because I just feel like even in the business world, because a lot of business people are listening right now, and they have to remember that, it doesn't matter whether you're a model or you're a singer, you want to look attractive. If you're going to build a business and you're going to recruit people and grow your organization, you have to look attractive. Like, if you're 400 pounds overweight, in my opinion, you're not going to be as attractive to somebody that wants to come into business with you. And so you got to check yourself and go, wait a minute, I got to get my mind right, my body, my health right, because even on an energy level, right, you got to be energetic. You got to have some fire in your in your soul. So what do you think about that?
Well, what I always say is I am my business card. And what that means to me is I am handing you a clean, not bent, not crumpled, not torn business card. This is me. And that's what you get when you see someone. First impressions do matter. And I'm not saying judge a book by the cover, but that is a clear and distinct representation of your life habits. And if your life is out of order, that's kind of a red flag to me. And, you know, if I can't even trust you to take care of yourself, how am I going to trust you in a business transaction? How am I going to trust you to be self-disciplined enough to make the right choices for both of us? So, yeah. And then also what you were saying about the energy level and everything. I'm staying in Vegas for the week because this weekend we have a big, I'm a contributor to Fitness Girls magazine, and there's a big swimsuit magazine release party here at the Palms Casino. And, you know, I'm not intimidated by the girls. They're really wonderful, but I know they're going to show up with their A game. And just being in the race, you know, representing myself to the best of my ability, saying like, hey, I'm showing up to this thing like I did yesterday at the audition. I'm going to show up. I'm doing my best every day. And I might not see the results this week, but if I continue this way, they're bound to happen. There's no other way. That is a formula that works.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.